Yeah, hi there. These comments are for AA, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the TOEFL online course, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you just completed one of my integrated speaking practice tests, and I think you're also a student over at California State University, San Bernardino. Now, can you do me a favor? When you send me an email, please, in the email, write me a message. You can say, "Dear Michael, I am completing a practice test for, tell me what the number is, tell me which class it is," so I have some context, and that makes it a little bit easier for me to figure out who you are. I mean, I know who you are because I see your name that you use there, but I teach about 7 classes and over 200 students online, so it makes it a little bit easier for me in that sense. All right, let's listen to what you have to say. So you completed the integrated practice test.
Passage discuss the technology of predicting the nuclear energy and the international atomic energy.
I think you're missing the point here. Before you get to the details, ask yourself, what is the purpose of the reading passage? The reading passage is discussing the risks or the dangers of nuclear energy, right? And then what is the purpose of the lecture? The lecture is giving an example of one of those dangers by talking about the Chernobyl disaster. So what you want to do is include a topic statement before you get into the body of the speech. You might say this: the reading passage discusses the dangers of nuclear energy, and the listening passage gives an example of one of those dangers. So if you did that, that'll more clearly frame your speech in the beginning, and it'll be easier for you to organize the body of the speech.
The listening passage discusses the risk of using the nuclear energy. First thing, the reading passage discusses the...
So you kind of put both of them together there, but I think you can do a little bit better job organizing. I mean, think of it this way. It took you 28 seconds just to explain the purpose of the reading and the lecture, right? So that was almost 30 seconds. Now, if you do what I did, think about this. Try this. The reading passage discusses the dangers of nuclear energy, and the listening passage gives an example of one of those dangers. Now, that took me 6 seconds. Now, what does that mean? It means I have a lot more time to spend on the details if I spend less time introducing my topic, so you definitely don't want to spend 28 seconds trying to set up the introduction of your speech.
That the technology of predicting nuclear energy is shared.
Now, your P sound, you're not producing your P with enough air. Protecting.
Between countries, especially the uranium. The International Atomic Energy Agency.
The International Atomic Energy Association, you're having some trouble pronouncing those words,
is responsible for monitoring the nuclear facility. And
you say nuclear facilities. Promoting initial safeguard agreement of effective. So in this part of your speech, between about 59 and 64 seconds, your vocabulary and your grammar problems are making it difficult to understand your meaning.
On the other hand, in the listening passage,
and you want to say passage, the listening passage. Think of it this way. When you make a P sound, see this. You go passage, protect. So you have to produce it with more air.
About the risk of nuclear energy
Now this way, you're already at 1 minute and 12 seconds. For the TOEFL, you only have 60 seconds. So if you had spent less time on the introduction, that gives you more time to spend in the body of your speech.
I think the example about the accident happened in Russia in 1986. Its effects of this accident are 30 people killed.
Now your vocabulary, say, it affects us in this accident out of 30 people. You're having a lot of grammar problems. What if you just say this? The accident killed 30 people. Something like that. That's going to be more precise, more accurate grammar.
And 209 on set were poisoning, and many people killed by in many years, many people killed by cancer.
I would say many people were killed by cancer. You want to use passive voice there, not active voice.
The reading passage and the listening passage, they all talk about the risk of nuclear energy.
Okay, so let's take a look at the rubrics here. So with this one, you took a little bit too long in the introduction setting up the speech, and that caused your speech to be over 45 seconds longer than what it should have. So you need a more concise way to begin your response. So I think you can make some improvements there in topic development. Now your biggest issues here, really, I'll be honest with you, you had a lot of grammatical problems with language use, either choosing the right word or using the appropriate grammar to express your ideas. So your grammar limitations and vocabulary limitations are making it difficult for you to speak fluent English. Now in addition, you had some pronunciation issues also. You have some problems with your intonation. Sometimes you have a lot of pauses, a lot of hesitations, makes it difficult to understand what you're saying. So what do? I would keep working in the pronunciation area of my course. That's a very high priority for you right now. Because if you don't practice your pronunciation, it will stay the same. If it stays the same, it means it's going to be difficult for people to understand what you're saying, and that's probably what you do not want, am I right? So practice a lot of pronunciation in the second step of my online course. Now also, spend some time over the weekends when you get a break. Watch some movies in English. That's also a great way to work on your pronunciation. Now to help you with your language use areas and grammar problems, I have some suggestions. First of all, you want to go through vocabulary lesson 3. Learn those words. That's important. Then go to vocabulary lesson 4. Learn those words. Go to vocabulary lesson 5. Learn those words. And then go to vocabulary lesson 6 and learn those words. And you'll definitely have a lot more fluency in the language by improving your vocabulary. Now to help you with your grammar problems, you can spend time in grammar lesson number 7 and focus on the writing and the grammar exercises there. You can get better. You just got to remember it's going to take time. It's going to take practice. You have to make some improvements in your pronunciation, in your vocabulary, and also in your grammar use if you want to speak more fluently. All right, anyway, thank you very much for completing this particular practice test, and keep up the good work. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot to give you a score here. Hold on. I apologize. Your score here I'm going to put you at 2.0 out of 4, or 15 points out of 30. Now 2.0, for the purposes of our class, let's see, that's going to put you at 70% on this particular speaking assignment. All right, thank you.